welcome back to another video. My name is Tia, and if you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're joining me today, especially on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all my lovely couples. Today is, I guess, Single Awareness Day for me. But hey, it's Valentine's Day. It's just a day, right? Like, I hope you guys aren't just like using this day to love each other. I hope you guys are loving each other every day. Although I'm single, I love Valentine's Day because it's a day that you really get to express your love. And there's Galentine's Day, there's Single Awareness Day, there's all different types of days to express love. But we also have to remember that we should be expressing love every single day to our loved ones. Because this is Black History Month, I wanted to talk about, Black love and the statistics between other races. This is gonna get kind of real, so if I offend anyone, I am sorry. I am just speaking the truth. There's a lot of issues in the Black community when it comes to love, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to commitment. And yeah, I feel like today's the perfect day to talk about it, but like also in a positive way. Not shaming Black people, but it's something to consider, and it's something good to dive in deep with. Now, I believe that divorce, breakup, single parents, that can happen in any race, okay? But it's actually really predominant in the Black community. Why? It seems like Black people suffer this the most. Like, Black people are the ones, especially Black women. And later, I'm gonna have more statistics about this, but 70, according to this, demographic statistic website, 70% of Black women are single or they're not married. That's kind of scary, okay? Like, especially as someone that wants to get married, that wants to like have children and like stuff like that. That's really scary to look at. So sometimes I don't understand why. Like, there's a lot of research about it, about why Black women or Black men aren't really getting married together. Is it based on education? Is it based on generational curses, trauma? And is it because Black women are aggressive? Is it because that Black men are sick of Black women? Is it because Black women don't deserve love? And I feel like all of those are false. Like, I feel like everyone deserves, especially Black women, Black men, Black people. I feel like we deserve healthy, long-lasting love. But one thing I do have to say is that a lot of Black people don't take advantage of it. A lot of Black people dumb it down. They dumb healthy relationships down. They want a hood person. They want someone toxic. They like that chase. There's a lot of traumatic issues in the Black community that we need to solve out. One thing I love about this generation is that we are changing. Like, a lot of Black people are going to therapy. A lot of Black people are solving their problems, which is such a good thing. And it's making more room for healthy, long-lasting relationships. So I love that. But there are still a few amount of people that judge people for getting therapy, that judge people for having healthy relationships, that want to sabotage those. So with that being said, basically what I'm saying is, before you have a healthy, long-lasting relationship, you need to have a healthy relationship with yourself. And I feel like a good amount of Black people don't realize that. I feel like, oh, I need to just like obey this person, I need to listen, and I need to follow their rules all the time. Like, no, you need to know what you truly want, and you need to know all your toxic traits, and you need to iron them out, because if not, that's how you're gonna have more toxic people coming after you. And a hard pill to swallow, and I might offend some Black women, but I feel like a lot of Black women do not listen. A lot of Black women always want to be right. It's almost like we were taught we have to be the superwoman in the relationship. We have to be independent. We have to have all the knowledge and all this stuff. But a lot of times, a lot of Black women, they fail to listen to the man. They fail to compliment the man. Men love compliments. Men love recognition. A lot of women don't do that. A lot of women just like, oh, you're supposed to do that. And that's where like there's a lot of tension between black women and black men. And I'm not saying every black woman is like this, of course not, but I definitely feel like a lot of black women have that traumatic like response, or they have that traumatic behavior in the back of their head. So you have to figure out what that is that you need to work on, and you need to make it better before you have any healthy relationship. Later in the video, I have a guest, Brandee, my friend, and she explains how she met her true love and some of the advice that she has for finding true love and just having a healthy relationship. She also explains some of the lessons that she learned throughout her current relationship. So here are some statistics that I've researched. So marriage is declining all around in all races, but it's really prevalent in the black community. There's interracial dating. There's a lot of single women, like I mentioned before. 70% of black women are single. Like, that's a lot, okay? That's a lot. And another statistic I found was in 2019, 30% of black Americans were married compared to 48% of other races. And also in 2019, 48% of black women have never been married, compared to, white women, Hispanic women. I also want to say that black love is still prevalent. Like, there is definitely black relationships out there. It's just, this is like a statistic thing. So I don't want to discourage like black love. Like, it's definitely out there. I see it all the time, but it's just really interesting seeing these like statistics. Love is a beautiful thing, and it's beautiful when you have a healthy standpoint between each other and you guys actually know each other. I feel like a lot of relationships are based on people not wanting to be alone, and if you have that healthy relationship, you guys are gonna build each other up more. And I feel like that's what we all need. We need to surround ourselves with love, not fear. And I know I say that a lot, but it's so true. Fear could damage you. It literally can, but love will guide you. And again, it's important to know your toxic traits, and it's also important to communicate your feelings. Communicate anything that you feel. If you feel like something is off, you need to communicate that. And you also have to understand that comprehension plays a big part in relationships too. The final thing I want to say before I go to Brandee's recording is stop listening to people, especially on these social media like YouTube. I don't even want to bring this person up, but there's a big guy that's trying to give advice to men. And he gives good advice, I guess. I'm not going to judge him for that, like people need to find their way. But a lot of these people on social media, they don't know what they're really talking about. They can only talk about what's going on with them. Some people are probably like, what is she talking about? I'm basically talking about the alpha male standpoint. A lot of people want to be an alpha male. Downgrading women is not a good trait. And I don't care. There's some women that back him up, and there's some men that back him up and stuff. But you have to understand, if anyone is downgrading another woman, especially black women, that's a boy. That's not a man. And you need to realize that. So these people on social media, they are just playing an act on social media, and they're totally different in real life, okay? A lot of people do it for the views. They do it for the views. They do it for the clicks, because once you get certain amount of views, you get money. So people want that. People say the most ridiculous things, especially like on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. They say the most ridiculous things so they could get views. And people are feeding into people like him, and it just drives me crazy, because I'm like, that's not how like a man should be, especially to a woman. And hey, if you want to be like that type of person, you want to just like be with someone for the money and all that, that's on you. But you're not gonna find true love. You're not gonna always be really happy. So you need to listen to yourself. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Listen to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop going after the looks, the money, the materialistic things. Go for the heart. Go for the love. And I feel like another thing in the Black community, people don't want to be hopeless romantic, but it's really interesting. And a lot of people try to reach out for other things except God. If you are really stuck with yourself and you're stuck with this man, like, is this man the right one for me? You need to talk to God. God has everything for you. And I'm not even joking. Everything. He has the right man for you. He has the right job for you. He has absolutely everything. And once you put your trust into God, I'm telling you, you're going to get everything you wanted. So let's go to this recording.
So me and my boyfriend actually met back in high school. He was like a year or two like older than I am. Well, he's 3 years older than I am, but I think he was in a grade or two higher than mine. And when I first saw him, I thought he was cool. I guess he thought I was cool too, but um things just didn't work out. I like got into a really bad relationship immediately into high school, and it kind of took me all throughout high school until I was like around like 19. And when I got out of that bad relationship, I was like talking to like God, and I'm like, okay, can you send me my husband? It's about time. I don't think I could deal with any more losers. So he sent me Brian again. And for some reason, I didn't think that was my husband. I was just like, oh, this just happens to be like one of my old high school friends meeting me on the train, whatever. And I don't know, I just wasn't making sound decisions at that point. So he left because I was an idiot. And I can't deny that I was the one who was wrong. One of the funniest things about it is one of my friends told me, "Oh, this sounds like he's going to be your husband, because whenever a man finds a woman and a woman doesn't like him back at first, that's going to be your husband." And I'm just like, I don't know if you're like telling the truth or whatever, but it seems to be pretty damn right. Like years after the fact, I was on my Snapchat, and he was posting up a picture, and he was like, "Oh, should I shave it or should I keep it?" Talking about his beard, because he like grew out his beard for the first, well, not the first time, but like in a while. And I decided to hit him up, and I was just like, keep your beard, no shave November. And pretty much ever since then, I've been talking to him every single day. I don't go a day without talking to him. And when he lost his phone and had to get a new one, I like hit him up later, was like, "Oh, why do you not like, respond to me?" And he's like, "Oh, my phone." And like pretty much things that women might need to know is like it's okay to start the first conversation. Like I slid into his DMs, and he was very excited, and I think I'm like the first girl that actually like hit him up. Some advice that I could give to Black women is twofold. One, stop looking for the hood guys. They are not who you're gonna marry in the end. Secondly, try first. I understand, we are the prize, but sometimes these guys are little knuckleheads. You gotta knock them over the head with the prize or something. Our first Valentine, we met after I went to work. I literally came to pick him up from his house, and I bought like Popeyes, and he came with like all his gifts. And I think I introduced him, yeah, I went around and I introduced him to my family, and I tried to get as many pets into the room as possible so they could get used to him. I think only one of them didn't make it into the room. And literally from there, we just like relaxed. We had Popeyes. uh, it was his first time having the chicken sandwich, so I was just like, oh, you never had it? Of course I'm gonna get it for you. And I got him like a couple of things, but he like definitely blew it out of the park. Like he got me a necklace that was amethyst because it's my birthstone. His birthstone is opal, so he gave me an opal ring, and I was just like very happy. And he got me a bear that I named Bryson because his name's Brian. And I still have the bear uh, in a, I think like a scarf or something like that. And yeah, it was just a very sweet, chill Valentine's Day. The lesson that I learned the most in this relationship is to not bring, old wounds into a new relationship. Like, don't fry your new boyfriend with the old boyfriend oil. Like, I literally cannot stand video gamers because I used to date a lot of gamers. They would literally rather game than like pay attention to me. So I just like let him know like immediately when I saw that side coming out, like, I don't date video gamers. I don't think we're gonna work out. I'm gonna just, say sayonara here, bye. And he literally talked to me and he was like, you should have told me this before we started dating. And then he was like, if this is how you feel, I will try to like spend more time with you. And he literally stopped gaming so that he can, well, he didn't stop gaming. Like, if you could hear him in the background now, he's gaming now, but it's like he games less so he could spend time with me. And then on top of that, he actually tries to involve me in his gaming so that I don't feel left out. I also learned to be less toxic in this relationship. He is big on apologizing and getting, the anger out right then and there, and, just going on about our relationship and, not having secret grudges that the other person doesn't even understand or know. So I had to learn to just like say how I feel and be over it because he's definitely gonna be over it once I say how I feel. Like, so it's just like instead of just sitting and stewing and being mad and hoping that he's gonna realize so I can give him a good old cussing out, it's just like, okay, babe, this is what got me annoyed. Okay, all right, I will try my damnedest not to do that anymore. Okie doke. And like, of course he's gonna do it again because he's human, or I'm gonna do it again because I'm human. So we learned not to just like blow up at little situations. Also, learning to unlearn things that are bad from your like family, to tell you the truth too, because like I used to think like, oh, you just blow up on any little thing because that's just like, what somebody in my family would do, blah blah blah. And then I realized like, no, maybe I shouldn't blow up. Maybe I should take more time to just like understand where he's coming from. And yeah, like literally, I don't know how to explain it, but being in this relationship taught me when you're loved correctly, you love correctly. Like, I literally, it changed how I see everything nowadays. Like, I'm not the same old Brandee before I met Brian. I also learned to take his opinion more. But actually, I learned that the longer we've been in a relationship, because I feel like the way that he tried to get me was to like let me do whatever I want, and it works because I am a very, I don't know, I was the baby for like a long time in my family. So, like, if anybody lets me do whatever, I love them. So, when I realized, like, maybe I should like ask him what he wants and let him, hold the ropes because he is the man, like, it actually worked. Not really worked, but it makes him know that he's appreciated. I also let him know that he's appreciated. I realized that I'm not one of those lovey-dovey girlfriends that's just gonna be like laying on him all day and being like, "Oh, I love you." So like I have to remind myself to at least like once a week, just talk to him and look at him dead in the face and be like, I appreciate you, like everything you do for me. And he always lets me know that he appreciates everything that I do for him too, because like we are a 50-50 type of family. We do everything 50-50, and I know it doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me because I was actually like raised by a woman who was like, do not wait on a man, get your own money, get your own stuff, and have your own like work and pay your own bills and have your own house, so like no guy could ever take anything from you. So because we're 50-50, I don't ever have to worry about him feeling like he can take anything from me, and I can't feel like I could take anything from him. Like, we need each other, so we do everything together.
Thank you so much for listening, and again, happy Valentine's Day. I hope this episode gave you some insight about Black love, love in general. We need to do better. We really do. We are getting better, so that's a good thing, but we need to break this generational curse. We need to love on each other more. We need to work together more and not talk down to other people. So I hope you like this episode. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.